Peace, love, and light, family. It's your bro Jalahi here, checking in with another episode of Creative Knowledge TV, where I love to create knowledge, demonstrate knowledge, and show an appreciation for all knowledge, man. We're happy to be back again. I got a special guest. As promised, man. I got my brother Green Minds, John Green, in the building. He came to kick it at the bookcase at the Spiritual Corner store with us, man. So it's cracking. You know it's going down on Fulham Green. It's cracking. You know, today our creative topic is social programming, influences, and just parental programming. Introduce yourself, introduce your content, and we're going to get right to it.
My name is John Green, man. For you all who don't know me, you can follow me on Instagram at green_mind47, and I'm on Facebook as well, John Green. And you could also go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Green Mind. And I'm the creator of Green Mind TV.
Yes, sir. CEO of that shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, with that being said, man, this is a long time brother of mine. We finna get right into it. So I want to ask you, to start off, what do you think made you who you are today? Who influenced, or what influenced you? What taught you, who was your first teacher? I know there's a lot of different questions wrapped in one, but it's basically stating what programmed you from a child to now to be who you are. And what did you go through any changes throughout that time? What was it?
I've been through a lot of changes throughout, like just everything I've been through. First starting off, what made me who I am today. Just situations I've been through. The church is where I grew up, in the church. I have a whole lot of family members that's preachers as well, so the church kind of built me, and that's kind of like my foundation. I was kind of groomed in the church. First teachers, my parents, man. My parents were my first teachers, and people who made me who I am today, like the knowledge. I feel like that's the first thing where things should start, and that's in the home. So especially within families, that should be in the home. Your first influences should be your parents, and my parents was my first influences. One of my greatest influences was my father, man. He taught me a lot of things, especially he has his own agency within selling insurance within American Family Insurance. So that's things I took on after him. I'm working for him at the moment. So I think that's one thing we should. That's the first step to our growth is our influencers, man. Because we start off in this thing fresh, man. So we need some chip on our shoulders, and we get that from our influencers. And my parents are my first influencers, man. Shout out to my moms as well, because it's also. I've been influenced by the right people, and also I've been influenced by the wrong people, because I also grew up in a house with just my mom as well, so I didn't physically stay with my father, but I had a connection with my father as well. So with that being said, it was things that I allowed influence me in the wrong way, the wrong people. I allowed people to come in my life that probably wasn't right for me to come in, so that influenced my behavior, that I noticed during that path of my life, that it just wasn't me. It just wasn't me. So and that's also bringing up the topic that it's important to have being raised in a two-parent household, man. I had a conversation with my father before. He said that's something that he had to live through. That's something that I lived through, and it's my job to break that generational curse. We always speak on generational wealth as well, but it's a such thing as generational curse. So it's time for me to break that generational curse.
Exactly.
And bring it to wealth.
Exactly. No, I agree 100% with you. I think actually 91% of the world problems is attributed to a single parent household, or the father not being in a home family. Black men, you are so important. Black fathers, you are so important to the family structure. That's why family starts with the word F-A. So does father, so does faith. Okay, family? So go do your etymology on that. What we meant by parental influence. See, when we were children, don't you feel that everything we do is out of love? When you're a baby, life is adventurous. Love is adventurous.
Yeah.
To a baby, everything is love. If it wants to crawl over to a toy, it's gonna do that because it's acting out of pure emotional love. Now, the more things we love to do, we may see our parents cursing or doing something that's not necessarily we're supposed to do that young, but we're doing it out of love because we see someone who we love doing it. But why, when we get in trouble for it, do we have to understand that that's cutting an emotional wound in us, that's giving us a restriction on love? How we are brung up affects the way we love, the way we think today, the way we act today. Like, it's a statistic out there that black men that are raised in single parent households, they are more emotional. They tend to yell more. They tend to, be the men that raise their boy. You think it still happens from programming, or can a person just change that in the middle of their life when they become like conscious of what they're actually doing?
Yeah, I believe that's a part of programming as well, but I feel like you can cut that out as well, because I experienced, like, I might be, honestly still, I might be too emotional more than I should be, but then again, I don't feel like that comes from family. Like, I feel like that's just within us. Like, it's nothing wrong with being emotional. We're humans.
Exactly.
So nothing's wrong with being emotional. We're humans. We're supposed to be. Like, if you're not emotional, you're not human. I don't know what you're doing, what you eating.
Exactly.
Man.
Like, and see, that's the thing. Like, that's another thing with our fathers being in the home. When you hear, stop all that crying, or stop, kids cry out of love. When you were young, you would cry for reasons. You didn't just cry for no reason.
Right.
So when we hear stop crying, toughen up, you're a man, you're not supposed to cry.
It made us numb from our feelings, bro. And I feel like that's the problem within the community now. Nobody could tell us anything because we don't have any feeling towards anything.
Facts.
Bro, that's
So we don't feel bad when we take the respect or kill another man that has another family, because we don't even love ourselves and our own emotions to that point.
To care about the feelings of that family, bro.
Exactly. So it's through lots and lots of programming, family. The body and the brain is wired like a computer. Computer needs programs. That's why they call cable programs. You know what I'm saying? All these things, channels, are attuned to a certain frequency to be a program for people. So
also an influence, man. Influence how we grew up, man. That's why I kind of take cautious of what I watch on television. I'm starting to watch more informational stuff than entertainment things. I also watch the entertainment things. Shout out to Power. Go ahead.
Oh my life, you have to watch Power. You gotta keep tuning in. Power. Who shot Ghost?
Right, who shot Ghost, man? I also watch entertainment things. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I shy away from entertainment. It's okay to have fun. I'm actually writing an essay on like social media influence, man. So after this video, I'm gonna get back to it. I also said something in the essay that I felt was powerful. We should spread more knowledgeable information than always posting the wrong things. I feel like people on their cell phones all the time, so we should also post things that could take away from. So and I feel like just always getting news from social media, you living in your own little bubble. So sometimes, like now, I also watch informational things. I make sure I cut on the news or something, watch 30 minutes of the news or something, probably each day or something like that. Even if I do watch TV on that day, so.
True. Now you shouldn't watch the news.
What's wrong with this?
My perspective, though. I mean, because it's always something negative on the news. That's still predictive programming, because they know how people usually react to the news. Now, again, you're not a reactionary brother as much. So, like, I think the news is still another way of programming, which, hey, sometimes it can help. Sometimes, like you just said, a balance of everything is needed. A balance of everything is necessary. Too much of anything is harmful as well. So, just being more aware of the information we are consuming, the influences we are consuming, okay? So I wanted to ask the brother, in today's life, in your today everyday life, what influences your habits now? Because again, we grew up with so much programming, so much influence of how we should be. What made you attune your mind to your own frequency, your own radio station, and say, okay, this is what's gonna influence my habits now?
What influenced that that state myself, like just people holding me accountable. Like I have my father always hits me up spitting knowledgeable information, and he holds me accountable. He was like, man, reflect on like what are you doing, and what are you doing wrong, and where are the areas that you can improve in, because there's always areas we can improve in. Holding each other accountable, man. And I'm glad that we connect and hold each other accountable and talk about topics as well, because this is also helpful. Everybody should have conversations and be open to having conversations like these to people, no matter if you have have different views on things. Like we all have different views on things. We're all raised differently. Like I know people I be on Twitter a lot, and a lot of people on Twitter say that like a lot of people grow up the same, and a lot of people, a lot of black people don't grow up the same. It's like it's
not exactly the same.
Not
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
We have similar aspects of things because we have that same background, but we weren't all raised up the same. Everybody wasn't raised in the church or anything like that.
And that goes back to the painter and the painting. The background can always be a black background, or my background can always be this bookcase, but that doesn't mean the picture or the message won't be different. We still have to understand that different people do different things, different people react to things different, and it's due to their programming and their influence. So like he said, we're just creating a think space where I don't care what religion you are, I don't care what you believe in, we should be able to question each other's beliefs,
be
laughing, conversing, you know what I'm saying?
Because the main thing, you will all find common grounds, and you could and you could touch on that a lot. Like that's what builds. Honestly, bro, you would never know that you have common grounds with somebody if you don't try to get to know them and have conversations with them. It starts with a conversation. Have a conversation.
Exactly. Starts with conversations, and it starts with us being aware of the program, family. So, just a few more, sentiments on social programming and influence, brother. Do you think that social media and the entertainers are socially engineering us in the wrong way? Do you think all of the so-called black leaders and the government officials and things like that, are they professing the wrong message? Okay, because a program always leads to progress or precision, but sometimes they can lead to demotivation and de-escalation as well. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the program. So with our minds being like a computer, don't you think it's about time we need an updated program of what the standard of the black community should be, what the standard of freedom and all that should be?
I believe, speaking on just like maybe famous people like influencers and stuff like that, I feel like we should probably, because all they're doing is living their truth. So like I can't really blame them for living their truth. I just look at us and say we have to stop kind of looking at these people is higher than what they are, because at the end of the day we're all human. At the end of the day we all living. It's not like they lived a life before and they achieved something that in this life that we can't achieve, because we are the same God-given abilities that they have, we have as well. It's within us, and you have to know that it's within us. And I said, and I also in the essay I said a statement. I said that social influencers do a good job at building dreams within us, but the thing is with that they don't show the hard work that was behind it. They don't show the dedication that was behind it, the focus.
Exactly.
So all they doing is living their truth, and they found out something that we need to find out. Like start living your truth, and maybe just stop looking
towards them for help.
Right? Yeah.
Stop looking towards other programs for help. We have to create our own programs to proceed. It starts in the home, bro. It starts in the home. It starts in the home. It starts in the mind. It starts in the heart, family. Create our own programs, okay? These are programs for now and the future. You know what I'm saying? Right. We have to create our own programs, bro, because, your meal plan is a program. Everything, like we was talking about, how planning goes hand in hand with a program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we just got to understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, working out is a program. We gotta have certain. If you don't keep upgrading your program, your muscles ain't gonna get no bigger. So everything comes with a program, family. So just be aware of the emotional and egotistical wounds that our parents and other old school influences put on us. And let's be aware of the influences and emotional wounds and social programming we're taking in now. That's all this video was, basically clarifying is program every week. We're going to keep coming with content. We just want to keep continuously creating a think space for black men, black queens, whatever it is. And anybody, fuck it, anybody. Okay?
Appreciate you for having me on the platform,
man, no
brother.
problem, brother, man.
You
It's
got an
always
interview
love.
coming on Green Mind TV. Go ahead and subscribe to me. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Show
Yes,
love.
sir. Yes, sir. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you liked it, please subscribe to Green Minds. Please subscribe to Creative Knowledge TV. Shout out to all of the creative natives family.
Yes, sir.
Much love, much peace, much creativity. KK.
Green Mind.